everybody, it's Geoff Keighley, and the Game Awards season is officially here.
Can you hear this? Boo!
Yeah, please wrap it up.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Huh? There's Kojima, look. Ooh. Did you know that Geoff Keighley's friends with him?
Yeah, but does Kojima know that?
I think it's very well known that there are many Game Award shows. It's just that Mr. Geoff has kind of a monopoly on probably the most reputable, or I guess not even reputable, but the most streamed and viewed one. I think in the past few years it's become more and more obvious that the Game Awards is more than just about Game Awards. Before, it was a really good mixture of not only giving out awards to the games that came out in the previous year, but it was also a sneak peek at what new games were going to come out. Ever since it's really gone streamlined and mainstream, many people only view the Game Awards as the Game Awards show. And I mean that literally, because so many people have access to just watching the Game Awards because of how readily available it is. And this year, actually, they're streaming on Prime Video, which is its first break towards television rather than just streaming. The many other shows out there, I only ever hear about them or ever see information about them after the award show is completed. So either they're not streaming it, it's just not streamed or televised at all, or it just doesn't have as much reach as the Game Awards. And I don't really think that's a big issue, but I think it's going to turn into an issue if the Game Awards is the only thing people take seriously because of the reputation it has, but then when they don't actually care about the people giving speeches and stuff, which is an issue that kind of came up in 2023. I don't think it was really that big of a deal in 2024, but it's very clear that they're going bigger and bigger and longer every year.
Clear that they're going bigger and bigger and longer every year. Clear that they're going bigger and bigger and longer. Clear that they're going bigger and bigger.
The best part is Mr. Geoff, he does take the feedback seriously.
But does Kojima know that?
He does actually make changes that reflect the feedback from the previous year. That's why in 2023, when everyone complained and booed when there was the flash on the screen of please wrap it up, that wasn't really an issue in 2024. But what was an issue was just the length of the show. The Game Awards show does not know if it wants to be a world premiere or a Game Award show. It's trying to be both, and it's really just butting heads with itself. And I think that issue mainly comes across from the fact that they're funding all of this mainly through the fact that they're selling ad slots to show off trailers for games, especially world premieres. Don't get me wrong, I love world premieres. Back when God of War Ragnarok's DLC was announced, that was a really shocking moment, and I enjoyed that. What I don't enjoy is having to sit through 30 minutes of just straight trailers to then be followed up by the co-host just racking off 5 awards, rapid fire, with no speeches, nothing, and then straight back to more trailers because, and behind the scenes they're setting things up, they're getting production to be ready to showcase videos and music that's playing live for the audience as well as the people who are watching at home. So I understand that there's a lot of things going on behind the scene, but when you're a Game Awards show, I feel like that 90% of the awards have to be given individually on the stage, or else you're diminishing the value of the award itself. If you were giving away, say, 50 awards, but only 15 of those are people that go up to the stage, grab it, and give a speech, then you're diminishing the actual, what it means to receive a game award. And then there's the other side where there's just a ton of random actors that show up to give the awards away, or they're just people invited by Mr. Geoff to come on stage and just talk about random stuff, and it's this 15-minute block, 15 minutes is quite an exaggeration. This 5-minute block where this random Hollywood actor just came up and talked for no reason just to give an award could have been used to give another award out. We shouldn't be focusing on like the show itself. We should be, prioritizing the actual award and the award receivers, and then building the show around that. We shouldn't build the show around trailers, Hollywood, entertainment, and then try to squeeze in whatever remaining time there is for the people who are receiving the award. It should be the other way around. And I really think that that's what they tried last year, which is why the show was just so long. I think the show last year was around 3 hours long, 3.5 hours long. I think that's the longest they've ever done it, and I think this year will really show us the culmination of all the feedback they've been getting, and I think this is really going to be the make it or break it year. If we're going to have this be the main show, and if this is going to be its first time televised, quote-unquote televised, streaming on a not necessarily wide accepted free streaming platform where like people stream on video games like TikTok. I was about to say Mixer. I don't know where the fuck that came from. I literally went back to 2017 with that one. But Twitch, YouTube, those basic ones, this is the first time they're not doing that. So I really think that this year is going to make and break the format. Depending on what happens, I really hope it's a mixture of, as many awards as possible should be allowed to be done on the main stage. As many awards, as many performances as possible should be done, and then the trailers should be sprinkled in there, here and there. Instead of giving us ad breaks, which I don't think they've ever necessarily done, I really hope that they should treat the 3-minute ad breaks as trailers. But the thing is, with trailers, I mean, one trailer could be 3 minutes itself. But that's kind of my thoughts on it. I really hope that they prove me wrong, and I hope that I'm not disappointed. Let me know what you guys expect for this year's Game Awards, and I'll see you guys in the next one.